Let's be honest, we all have the odd obsessive behavioural quirk, don't we? For instance, I can't stand it if PS4 discs aren't facing exactly upright in their respective boxes. Nathan has to sit in this Fallout 4 power armour helmet for at least 45 minutes before he'll even consider doing any work. And Dave always eats his sandwich crusts in a specific order, from darkest to lightest.
This one.
You might think we're a bunch of weirdos, but all these compulsive habits represent are us trying to impose some semblance of order on our otherwise chaotic lives. Apart from Nathan's, that's just laziness, really. Similarly, we like the same kind of order when it comes to playing video games. No one likes a messy inventory, for instance.
Now, herbs do not go next to shotgun shells, do they, Leon?
But sometimes our desire for everything to be just so can go a little bit too far. Here are 6 obsessive gaming habits you'll only fully understand if you're a completionist. Everyone else, you can just watch and feel sorry for us. When it comes to our first entry, let me just say I fully understand why some games, often dungeon crawling RPGs, opt for a fill-it-in-as-you-go approach to floor maps. It heightens the sense of exploration, makes you feel as though you're the first person to set foot in whatever leafy, monster-filled paradise you find yourself wandering around. But you've already spotted the problem here, haven't you? I've been revisiting Dark Chronicle recently, one of my favourite PS2 games ever, although my brain conveniently seemed to have blocked out the fact that about 20% of my 100-hour playtime was spent running around compulsively filling in the map. I can't help it, even if I know there's nothing down there, not even one of those breakable rocks that occasionally has bread or paint in them. I just can't continue onto the next floor until everything is nice and fully ungrayed out. Look at this. I mean, look, there's a smidgen of map I've not filled in. I know there's nothing there. No monsters, no loot. The exit is the other side of the map.
Come on, Rob, we're supposed to be capturing this. Just move on to the next floor.
I'm just gonna go...
Where are you going?
Here.
There's nothing there!
It's an RPG, there might be. In absolutely no other situation would you behave like this, the virtual equivalent of driving down a random cul-de-sac on the off chance someone left their wallet by the bins, when really you should be hurrying up and taking your mum to the
Hospital! Hospital, Robert! It's the other way!
I'm just making absolute
sure. Get on with it!
Star Ocean Till the End of Time, another PS2 RPG, even offered rewards for fully colouring in its maps, which meant that when I played it, any onlookers would basically have just seen this.
Do we really need all this rubbish?
Well,
what is it?
That's my turtle wax, don't
Right, well this then, padding.
That's my orange pad, I might need to pad something. That's my half-drunk bottle
You,
of water.
you don't even drink water.
Yeah, shut that down.
Yeah, okay, that's good. This, we haven't used that in.
I've got big memories of that tin. Leave, that is my plastic panda.
I've never even seen that.
Leave it alone. Whoa, that's my alone time USB, that's fine.
Hoarding useless rubbish is our next entry, a problem many of us face when we just don't know what is and isn't useful in games. So obviously the only solution is to stuff your magic TARDIS pockets with absolutely everything that isn't nailed down. Often this leads to your character being over-encumbered, whereupon you get to play a new game. Decide what out of your useless rubbish is the most useless and chuck it on the ground to make way for some slightly less useless rubbish. I've made a rule now with RPGs whereby I'll only pocket something if I can answer yes to one of these 2 questions. Can I eat it? Can I use it to hit things? Granted, it's not always that simple. You just never know when a quest, or using Witcher 3 as an example, an alchemical formula will require a certain item, so the safest thing to do is hoover everything up and stick it in these handy treasure chests. Fill them up with drowner brains and flowers and monster tongues and bits of metal and all that other stuff you'll completely forget about as soon as you close the lid. Fallout 4 acknowledges our hoarding tendencies by very cleverly allowing you to break junk down and use the resulting materials in settlement building and weapon and armor modifications, which, yes, it's clever, but really, Bethesda, stop encouraging us. While we're on the subject of big open world games, you know when you see the world map for the first time and you go, oh, it's massive.
Yeah, that lasts about 5 seconds, doesn't it? Because then you see all the mission markers.
Oh, I've got so much to do, you groan inwardly as we reach our third entry, a complete inability to move the story forwards until you've sorted out every petty side grievance of every single NPC who's lost their frying pan or their goat or their wife. Boo-hoo! I can't leave a map marker unchecked though. This is the main reason I still haven't finished The Witcher 3, aside from the fact I'm also trying to finish The Witness, Fallout 4, Firewatch and Unravel. I have to clean the map. These problems have to be solved.
Assassin's Creed does it too. As soon as you climb a tower, you get the oh, the view, quickly followed by the side mission, contract, side mission, feather.
There's a sane version of me somewhere buried deep under layers of malicious subconscious that tries to tell me it doesn't matter about the side missions.
You can come back to them later if you like. For now, why don't you just concentrate on actually progressing?
No, sane me, no, because then...
You can't think of a reason, can you? You sit... Ow! Well, that really hurt. Ow! Ow! Stop! Ow! If you kill me, there'll be no...
Right, that's the last we'll be hearing from him. Okay then, random peasant child, I'm supposed to be saving the world, but what can I do for you?
Our next entry is something I personally have a big problem with, so please let me know if this affects you too. And it's this. When I'm playing a story game, I have to listen to the whole story, which means I cannot skip cutscenes at all. Doesn't matter if I've played a game 4, 5, 6 times, as is the case with fan service mega sequel and king of cutscenes Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. I know everything that happens, but I simply can't skip. I have to watch all the credits too, all of them, every time I finish a game. It's a habit that's really problematic when you get to this bit.
Oh, I haven't been watching it.
Next up is a problem I'm sure all completionists run into, especially when you're playing a game that awards you bonus points for completing certain objectives within missions. Like there's finishing a level, and then there's finishing a level. And the problem is having to restart the moment you realise you're not going to pull off that perfect run.
I ran into this loads playing Volume, a top-down stealth 'em up reminiscent of Metal Gear's VR missions, a game that's basically like cool, yeah, this is cool, really cool, spotted. I have to start again when I...
You sort of feel unclean if you get to the end having bodged it up somewhere in the middle. Only perfection will do. More serious cases of I'll have to start again now-itis include accidentally executing a renegade action in Mass Effect while doing a Paragon playthrough.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just saw it and I pressed it. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just pressed it. It flashed. 42 hours. I'm just going to have to start again.
Final entry time, and this one's the killer. A compulsive habit that can, if you let it get out of control, have a serious dampening effect on your enjoyment of a game.
This is a step above hoarding useless items. This is actively seeking them out. It's walking into a room in Skyrim and not being able to leave until you've read every single page of every single book on every single shelf. Having to break every smashable item you come across, barrels, boxes, rocks, just to see if there's an inconsequential item inside. It's not being able to leave the scene of a battle until you've looted the corpse of every single fallen monster.
Trying every door, even the ones that are walls just disguised as doors. Exploring every nook. Peering in every cranny.
With open world games as big as they are nowadays, this equals a lot of legwork. So relax, take it easy, leave a few drawers unopened, a few farmers' family members unsaved, a few levels only 90% completed. Rebel, your time is precious. So before you realise that too clearly and click away from this video, give us a little like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, let us know if there are any compulsive gaming habits you've got in the comments, and join us again next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.